Hi, my name is Maureen McCamey, and I studied with S.I.T in the spring of 2009. I'm here to hopefully answer some of the questions that you might have about the program, and I'll tell you a little bit about my own experiences as well. One of the things that drew me in particular to the S.I.T Tunisia program was the focus on field study. There is some classroom-based learning, but you also get a lot of opportunity to go out in the field and observe and learn about things in a different way than just sitting in the classroom and listening to a lecture, which was really important to me and is a unique aspect of the program. Over the course of the program, you'll get to go on a number of excursions. They all last about a week, and by the end of your time in Tunisia, you'll have felt like you have seen most of the country, which is really cool. You'll get to see the northern part of the country, which is hilly and green. You get to go down to the south and see the Sahara Desert, which personally was my favorite part. And you'll get to go visit some of the beachy coastal regions where there are a lot of resort towns. It's very touristy. And so basically you get a feel for this country that is very diverse, very different. While the excursions sometimes feel like mini vacations, there's a learning component to them as well. You get to continue some of the field study experiences that you've gained over the course of the semester and apply it to wherever you're visiting. For example, during the southern excursion, we went to the island of Jerba, which is off the coast of Tunisia, and one day we were given a stipend for food, transportation, whatever else we might need during the day, and were just let loose to explore the island in small groups. That was especially fun because obviously you can't see everything in one day, and so everyone came back at the end of the day and talked about the different places that they had visited on the island. There are really four main components of the curriculum in the S.I.T Tunisia program. There's the field study seminar, which I've talked about a little bit already, where you'll get to go out on different activities and observe and improve your research skills and your interview skills in the field, which will help you out a lot when you start your independent study project, which we'll talk about a little bit later. There's a language component of the program as well. You'll get the choice to either learn Modern Standard Arabic or Derja, which is a Tunisian dialect. I actually know some people who even took both, which was a lot of work, but they felt like it was really worth it. If you speak French, you'll get the ability to practice your French in Tunisia as well, because it's spoken as much as Arabic. In fact, some of the host families are predominantly French-speaking or Arabic-speaking, so when you're matched with a host family, they'll do their best to put you with someone where you can improve your language skills, whichever language you want to pursue. Everyone is able to take Arabic, but if you speak French, you'll be able to practice it as well. There is one lecture-based seminar called Emerging Identities in North Africa, where you'll get to hear from a number of scholars and professors from around Tunisia talking about subjects that are currently affecting the country to historical aspects of Tunisia. I heard a great seminar on women in Tunisia. There have been some interesting ones about the place of the marketplace in Tunisian economy, and I know they switch around every few years, so I'm sure you'll get something completely different but equally as spectacular. All of the speakers are very engaging, very interesting. The independent study project is one of the most intriguing parts of the program, and it's also one of the most fun. During this time, classes are over, so you have the opportunity to travel for your research, or you can change up your living situation. I had friends who went and lived in a hostel in Tunis for a while. I traveled to Tozeur, which is an oasis town in the south, to conduct my research, which was on the Saharan tourism that had been developing recently and its impact on people living in the desert regions. And at the end of it, after you've written your paper, you come back as a group and share it with everyone else, which is the most interesting part in my opinion, because people came up with great topics, a really wide range. Basically, you come up with something and your academic director will help you kind of fine-tune it and make sure that it's the best that it can be, and you write a paper on it, and it's a lot of fun. Living with the host family was probably my favorite part, if I had to pick, in my experiences in Tunisia, which is hard because there were a lot of great aspects. But my host family, I lived with a mom and a dad and an older brother and a younger sister, and they were all great. I got along really well with my siblings, and I'd hang out with them on the weekends or get coffee with my little sister after school, and my parents were great. They treated me like I was a daughter, not like I was a house guest, which is really important. And all the families that S.I.T has as host families for the program are just wonderful. Everyone had a great experience in my group, and from what I've heard, that's a very consistent aspect of the program, that you'll have a great host family. I'm still in contact with mine 2 years later. I'm friends with my siblings on Facebook, and we write letters. In fact, I'm trying to figure out how to get back to Tunisia in the near future so that I can go visit them, because it really is like a second family. Well, I hope I answered some of the questions that you might have had about the program. I had a really exceptional time in Tunisia, and if you feel like this is something that sounds like a good fit for you, I really encourage you to apply. Thanks for listening.